Hey everyone, it's Aaron. With the stock market at all-time highs, where's the next best place to make an investment? How do you know how to allocate your money and take it out of something that had a big run and now has more risk to the downside than opportunity to the upside? Well, you want to find an environment where you find the inverse of that. How can you find something that has way more upside and much smaller downside? In this video, I'll be detailing how I think it's the metaverse. Yes, that metaverse. But it's the metaverse that is not just an investment opportunity for your money, it's a place for you to invest your time in learning how you can build a business, make your creative passions come to life in it, and make money off of those things. The metaverse is truly a new frontier, and it's a gold rush happening all over again. And the good news is, this time we get to get into it from the get-go, from the start. So go ahead, smash that like button. And when you do, YouTube is going to show this video to more people. And it's not just about giving access of this information to people to make investments. It's about giving them the agency so they can have more control in their life and their financial picture, rather than relying on the government or big money center banks to control their finances. So go ahead, smash that like button, and let's get started. All right, let's dive in. The metaverse is a $1 trillion opportunity, crypto giant Grayscale says, as virtual land sales boom. The metaverse has potential to become a $1 trillion annual revenue opportunity across the worlds of advertising, digital events, e-commerce, and hardware, according to a new report from crypto giant Grayscale. Now, the report, released Wednesday night, comes during a surge in interest in the metaverse after Facebook officially changed its name to Meta, as it focuses on the virtual immersive world it says is the future of the internet. There have been early indications on the potential size of the metaverse economy, with parcels of virtual land inside crypto-based metaverses Decentraland and Axie Infinity selling for more than $2 million. All right, I'll pause here. I'm going to show you some images of those pieces of land that sold, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but stick with me because I'm going to explain how to think about this in a moment that may make more sense. The metaverse refers to a range of online 3D virtual environments in which people can play games, build things, socialize, work, and even trade and earn crypto assets. The most well-known individual metaverses right now are in gaming, with Fortnite and Roblox booming in popularity over the last few years. Grayscale estimated that revenue from virtual gaming worlds could grow to $400 billion in 2025. From around $180 billion in 2020. Yet Grayscale, which runs the world's largest cryptocurrency fund, said the metaverse is still in its early innings. It said Facebook plans to spend $10 billion this year on the metaverse is a sign of the potential of the market. The market opportunity for bringing the metaverse to life may be worth over $1 trillion in annual revenue, the report said, although it did not specify a time frame. The report's authors, Grayscale head of research David Greider and research analyst Matt Maximo, it's a cool name, argued the metaverse is a huge opportunity for crypto companies. Many current metaverse projects, such as virtual realities or games, are run by so-called Web 2 companies, which are centralized and operate for profit. Facebook, which has launched the virtual reality space Horizon Worlds, is an example. But increasingly, metaverse projects are created on or heavily tied to crypto technology, which can give users more control and allow them to earn money that they can use in the real world. This is known as the Web 3 metaverse. Grayscale listed the opportunities for monetization of consumers within the Web 3 metaverse. These include art galleries launching NFTs, games and casinos, where players win crypto, digital advertising billboards, and music venues where DJs and artists hold concerts. In the third quarter, total Web3 and NFT fundraising hit $1.8 billion, out of all overall crypto fundraising of $8.2 billion. It added that investment was recently started to accelerate. Now, Grayscale's report focused on Decentraland. In that metaverse, people log in to play games, earn the native cryptocurrency mana, purchase NFTs including virtual land and collectibles, and vote on the governance of the economy. The crypto investment company recently created a Decentraland trust that invests solely in mana. And that cryptocurrency is up 550% in the last month. So, what have we learned? There's a huge opportunity in this digital space. And I think the fact that there's so many things that can be done in this digital world that we normally accustomed to in the real world, the translation opportunities are massive. You know, if you have an art gallery, or if you're an artist or a graphic designer, and you do client work and for brands or e-commerce brands or advertising campaigns, you can now create things at scale, you know, rather than having to get a job at Activision or EA or, you know, Epic Games or wherever. You can now create your own art within, in essence, a gaming, you know, virtual environment at scale, and you don't have to ask someone else for permission. It's really amazing. All right, let's take a look at a few highlights of digital assets that have sold. So we have a plot of digital land that sold in the Metaverse for $2.3 million. That's more than most homes in New York City and San Francisco cost. And there's kind of a representation of what that land could look like, and this is in Decentraland, kind of a specific Metaverse. And, you know, I know this seems ridiculous. Let me show you one more ridiculous thing. A Metaverse mega yacht that just sold for $650,000 is the most expensive NFT sold in the Sandbox virtual world. Again, Decentraland is one Metaverse. The Sandbox is another one, like two different cities. And, you know, the fact that someone bought a 3D representation of a yacht for $650,000, what's going on? Is this all BS? You know, I started my career as a financial advisor, and we taught to look at fundamentals. Were things structurally sound? Does it make sense for this investment? But I can't really use that thinking to get over the hurdle. And I empathize with you if you're like, what the heck is all this? It's a fad, it's BS, it's a scam. But then later in my career, I switched and became an art dealer. And there's something known as the intrinsic value of art. If you buy a canvas, you know, a nice Rothko, a Picasso, a Basquiat, there's how much paint and canvas and, you know, all the stuff that went onto it. You know, basically the arts and craft. What is that, $100 maybe for a nice canvas and some paint maybe? And then there's the price. And some of those artists that I mentioned sell for millions. So what's the difference? The intrinsic value of art. And that's how you can get over the whole hurdle, I think, and understand what the metaverse is. It's people being able to exchange art at scale and also create art at scale. And, you know, people have the ability to build out an entire fantasy world. You know, if you're familiar with Second Life, this was kind of one of the early iterations of the virtual reality world in the early 2000s. You know, and I actually worked at Activision, again, another career. My first day there was a new hire orientation. And I was sitting next to a software engineer, and we started chatting. He had come from Linden Labs, which made Second Life. And we started talking about the velocity of money within the virtual world, with the velocity of a Linden dollar. That's the name of the currency in Second Life. And it was a fascinating conversation. This was 2012, and I didn't fully get it. Like, I thought, oh, interesting, and then I moved on with my life. And I think that's the mistake I made by not fully understanding about how powerful this new force is. And so I'm here to tell you guys, we need to pay attention. This is the new thing that's going to shape economies globally. You wonder why so many people aren't working. You know, people who work in restaurants or, you know, things like that. People who are like under 25, maybe under 30. A lot of them aren't working. A lot of them are probably in the metaverse making mad cash. We'll have to confirm that, you know, but I think it's totally possible. And that's why I want to bring it up to you guys today. If the stock market is on the precipice of a crash, where do we put our money next and our time? I think it's the metaverse, because each unit of learning about the metaverse and crypto and things like that, I think can pay off more. Yes, the risk is high. Don't get me wrong. But it's been said that when you look at Web3, the metaverse, we are basically in 1998, if you kind of use it as an allegory, a comparator to the original web. I think it's something that, you know, the web was so exciting in the late 90s, but there's a ton of skepticism, remember? Or if you weren't born yet, remember? You know, it's such an exciting time, and all that skepticism, I think after a while there's been enough skepticism, and it's continued to grow, that it's time to flip. It's time to flip over and be like, am I not wanting to change? Am I not wanting to do something new that may be uncomfortable and take a risk? It's easy to log into my TD Ameritrade account and buy a stock. Now, if you're going into MetaMask, some type of wallet, trying to buy a altcoin, it's a pain in the ass. But like with everything, it's difficult in the beginning, and that's how you make money. That's how you get an opportunity to get ahead of the crowd. So the time now is to get in and understand and learn. And that's what I hope to bring you here on this channel. So what do you guys think? Is the metaverse truly the next greatest investment opportunity, not only for your dollars or your money, but also your time and talents and effort? I think it is, but please let me know by dropping a comment down there below to see what you think. What have you seen? Were you the one who sold the land for $2.3 million? Hit me up if you know that person. But I think it's so cool. I think this is such a fascinating time, and I want to bring you guys along on this journey so we learn together so that we can grow and build together and become independent and not have to worry about, is the government going to shut down our bank account, or is there going to be enough money in our family? We need to be able to be investing in new ways where an asymmetric return is possible, because inflation is real. And I think the Fed has recently confirmed that. They're finally saying, don't use the word transitory, because they're no longer going to BS us. They know it's here to stay. And that means if you do not invest, if you stay stagnant, your money dwindles. It's like standing on quicksand. You got to get in there. You have to invest. And the stock market's already pretty high. Where can we get something that has asymmetric returns? Yes, that does mean the risk will increase, but I think you got to swing for the fences in life, and this is an important way to do it. So smash that like button, consider subscribing. Let's do this together, and I'll talk to you next time.